and welcome to the first of many Rakuten.co.uk podcasts. My name's Callum. I'm with the MSA team, that's the Merchant Services Advisor team, and I'm joined today by Mr. Max Wright, who is the Academy instructor.
Hey Callum, how's it going?
Yeah, not bad. How are you doing?
Good, yeah, very good, very positive for our first podcast.
Yeah, definitely. So basically, we're going to start doing these podcasts. Probably we're going to look at twice a week. So it's going to be giving the merchants the information that they need. Just short points to accompany onboarding and other things that they might experience as part of their time with Rakuten. And it's going to be accompanying the Academy, which you're the master of. If you want to give a short introduction on that.
Yeah, so the Academy site, you'll have links from your toolbox, and essentially on there it's all about how-to guides and best practice and how to basically make the most of RMS and the Rakuten platform. So there'll be videos, there'll be guides, there'll be how-tos, little help, quips, everything like that you need to sort of make sure you're on the right track.
Cool. So what this is basically going to be is you'll have on the Academy, you'll have your guides, which are going to be more in depth. This is more or less going to be, so for example, when we come to do podcasts about onboarding, for example, it's not going to be another step-by-step process. It's not going to be a guide, because otherwise that's just going to completely undermine the onboarding and the Academy itself. It's just going to be little tips that maybe will sort of reminders of things that you might forget from the call you'll have, because you'll be assigned an MSA when you come on board, basically, and that's everyone has their different styles of onboarding. Not that everyone's going to leave out any information, but it's just getting different people's perspectives on how you can make most of the thing.
I think it's about kind of shaping your focus to ensure that you're picking up on the important parts, focusing again on where we've sort of explained a set of points or a process to follow through, just reiterating the importance of each bit, and hopefully basically just getting you guys to have the understanding as to why you need to do things, why these bits are in place, how's best to do things, etc.
So I'm not going to make any assumptions here. If you're listening to this, there's quite a possibility that you've already signed up with us. You might already be live. You may have not signed up and you're sort of interested in Rakuten, and someone's pointed you towards the Academy or our YouTube channel just to sort of see what's in store for you. So basically, if you are interested in signing up with us, you can inquire through the website, or you may have been sought after by one of our sales team. There's two different ways of doing it, and so basically what you'll have is you'll get a sign up form through. You have to fill out the information. You also get a link in an email, which will be to a web form, and we're going to require some documents from you, which we're going to cover in a later podcast, and it's information that you can find on the Academy at the moment. But as soon as you get that link, as a top tip for this first introductory podcast, I'd say do that as soon as possible, because you're going to want to get all that submitted in case there's anything wrong with it. We can come back to you and you can resubmit anything you need to, just so we can get that approved as quickly as possible, and then you can just come on board and get signed your MSA, which is either myself, Max, or a couple of other guys. There's two teams. There's one based here in Cambridge, and there's one based in Berlin as well. So there's a variety of different people you might get assigned, each one of us with their own style, and we're all just as friendly as the next person, I promise. But yeah, RPSS is what we call it. It's just various documentation that we need to verify your business.
Yeah, just a couple of quick bits of information just to sort of verify that you're related to the business, just to basically make sure that when we pay out the funds that from the sales you make on the platform, they're going to the right person, right bank account associated with the business, and essentially just making sure there's no fraud or any of those things, is to protect yourselves, to ensure that you get the right funds at the right time.
Yep, absolutely. So important to get that done first, and then you'll move on to your onboarding process. So you get an onboarding call with a merchant services advisor. We'll stage that, so we'll probably go through a couple of calls with you, walk you through the onboarding process, get you set up with your Rakuten store, and then you can go ahead and start selling. Each of the points of onboarding will be covered in later podcasts as well. There's about four of them if you break it down, but we'll go into each of those 4 points in a bit more detail later on. So yeah, as I say, there are going to be future podcasts that are planned going through onboarding. We'll also look at sort of marketing and how you can make the most of getting your presence known on Rakuten, sort of working with us to get your products a focus and get them sold, and get involved in some of our campaigns and promotions, and looking at some of the sort of things where you can have an account manager assigned to you as well, and sort of tips for making sure that happens, and what to do if and when that does happen.
Yeah, I think basically the reason why you're joining a platform like Rakuten is the benefit from experience, reach, customer base, marketing channels, all of that sort of stuff. And all of our podcasts are basically going to be geared up to pointing you in the right direction to make the most of those various sort of facets that you benefit from. So if it's how to or best practice, if it's things to include to ensure you're on our sort of external marketing feeds, what to do if your conversion is low. It's all kinds of stuff that we're going to be focused on.
Yeah, absolutely. But as mentioned at the beginning, this is going to be short bits of information for the full sort of picture on what we're going to be delivering to you. You've got your MSA, or you will have your MSA when you've signed up, and you've got the Academy there as well. If you just want a quick refresh, podcasts are probably the best way to go. But if you want to look in depth to everything that is the Rakuten UK marketplace, head on over to academy.rakuten.uk.com, and you'll find everything you need there. Obviously, we are going to be wanting to hear from you guys to see what you're going to want from this podcast, and from the Academy, and from us as MSAs, and from anything basically in the company. Any suggestions you have for us, just drop them down in the comments, and we will look through those. We'll try and look through all of them, and we'll try and get all questions answered. And for sort of updates on what's going to be coming in the future, subscribe to the channel. You'll get all the podcasts and all the training videos coming through to you, and you'll be able to keep up to date with what's going on basically. So yeah, quite a short and sweet one, just for the introduction. There will be more coming, and they're going to be varying in length. They'll be giving you different bits of information, but in terms of this one, I think that's it for today. So don't forget to subscribe, comment in the comments section, and we look forward to you listening and hearing from you in the not too distant future. Once again, my name's Callum, I'm an MSA, and I've been joined by Max.
Yeah, so Max, Academy lead in the UK, and like Callum says, I think it'd be great to hear from you. Make sure we shape the content to your needs. The questions you might think are silly will probably be questions from hundreds or thousands of other people, so don't be afraid to ask, and we'll endeavour to make sure we sort of cover those off as quickly as we can, and support you in your journey with Rakuten. Yeah,
absolutely. So thanks very much for joining us today. We'll be back with you very, very shortly. Thanks a lot, guys. Take care.